What's up, family? Man, I hope you guys can hear me good. Man, I'm out here at the beach again. It's a beautiful day. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful day. I love the clouds behind me. Walk out here to the water. Man, I want to have a real heart-to-heart with you guys. You know what I mean? Man, be the answer. Be the answer. There's a lot of people hurting right now. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that don't even realize that they're hurting, you know? And man, so often we get so caught up in other people's drama and chaos, and we don't realize that, man, they're hurting. You know what I mean? They're hurting, you know, and they don't even know how to fix their hurt. They don't even know how to address their hurt. They've been hurting their whole life. You know what I mean? So many of them, and they don't even understand that, you know? It's just normal to them. And so, man, you got to learn how to be the answer. You know what I mean? I want you guys to see the water behind me. Man, it's just something beautiful about this, something relaxing about this, something peaceful about this, something rejuvenating about this. You know what I mean? Man, just being able to walk on the sand and just ground, you know, being out here with the water, feeling the breeze, you know, and not just feeling the breeze, but being able to hear the water, the waves crashing, and just smelling the salt water. You know what I mean? There's something rejuvenating about this. There's something refreshing about this. You know what I mean? Man, family, I'm gonna try to get the camera just right. Man, we gotta learn to be the answer. You know what I mean? Be the answer. You know? I'll tell you guys a couple stories, things that I've gone through. I was on a train one day, and just got on the train, and this young man was sitting on the train, and he was about to light a blunt, and there was a few people around us, you know, and I just leaned kindly and I said, hey, please don't light that up. Not around me. You know what I mean? And he said, I'm grown. You know what I mean? I'm grown. I do what I want to do. I said, look, dude, don't light that around me. You know what I mean? Don't light that around me. I said, look, man, you don't know if I'm undercover detective. You don't know if I'm undercover cop or what. You know what I mean? Don't light that around me. And so he said a couple things under his breath, put it away. And then I guess he was feeling himself, you know what I mean? I guess he felt mad, you know what I mean? He felt like he was being challenged. He felt like, you know, who the fuck was I to tell him what to do, what he couldn't do, you know what I mean? And so he started mumbling a couple things, then he pulled the blunt back out, and, you know, he's getting ready to light it up. I said, look, dude, and I don't know why I'm having this conversation with this guy like this, right? But I felt compelled to do this, you know what I mean? Don't do this to anybody, you know what I mean? I felt compelled to do this. I felt the Spirit of God, you know, I felt the anointing of God, if you want to call it that, you know, on me to have this conversation with this dude. And I said, look, dude, there's going to be a problem if you like that around me. You know what I mean? We're going to have problems. I asked you nicely not to like that around me. You know what I mean? And so he was like, all these other motherfuckers sitting on the train, minding their own motherfucking business. And I said, what? And then he mumbled it. I said, look, dude, you lighting that around me, sitting right here next to me, that is my fucking business. I said, I asked you nicely not to light it. And so he put it away and he mumbled something under his breath again. And I was like, what'd you say? And he's like, mumbled something. And he's like, you don't know me. You don't fucking know me. I said, look, dude, you're right. And I leaned forward. And I said, you're right. I don't know you. I said, you don't fucking know me. I said, I'm 52 fucking years old. You don't know the fuck I've been. You don't know what the fuck I've gone through. And he sat back and his eyes lit up. And it's like as though something came on, you know, in his eyes. You know what I mean? It's like he got it. You know what I mean? And he just smiled. And he said, respect. Respect. And then he gave me some dap. And as he's getting off the train, he was like, much respect, OG. And, you know, threw the peace sign and got off the train. Why am I sharing that? We have to learn to be the answer. You know what I mean? We have to learn to be the answer. People are hurting. People are struggling. People are going through hell, and they don't know how to deal with it. And so most people just react. Most people lash out. Most people go on one, you know what I mean? Because they don't know how to deal with their pain and suffering. And they don't think that nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? And so we have to learn to be the answer. the other day, well, a while back, I was on the beach and I was in uniform, right? And I was doing some security. And there was something that happened at the beach, and we're keeping everybody away from the beach, from the water, getting all the water at that time, right? And so we're telling everybody, hey, something happened, we're not letting anybody in the water. Not down here, you know what I mean? And so as people are coming up to the beach, like they normally do, I was walking up to them, and, lifeguards going up to them and telling them, hey, you know what, we're not letting people in the water today, and just, generic as possible without going into detail what happened, right? And so these two young black ladies were walking up, and I started walking up to them, and I was talking to this elderly man who was emotionally disturbed, right? And I was talking to this guy all the time, right? Because he came out to the beach all the time, and, we always had, confrontation, but we would laugh, and he would go their separate ways, right? But he's emotionally disturbed. And so I'm walking away from him to these two black ladies because I don't want them to get comfortable and then have to get up and move, if they want to get in the water. And I said, calling out to them, I said, excuse me, can I talk to you for a second? And so they're looking at me kind of funny, and this one lady, man, her energy was like way off. Again, I feel energy. I feel your energy before you say anything. You know what I mean? You don't even have to be in the same proximity of me, and I can feel your energy. You know what I mean? Stay with me. We're going somewhere. And so this lady looked at me, and she was like, oh, you want to talk to us? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm happily married. Bitch, I don't fucking want your ass. You know what I mean? I don't want to. This thought went through my head, but it's like, nope, I'm not going to go there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go out, because this was the energy that she was giving out. And it's like, it's so easy for me to come back at you on your frequency. You know what I mean? And I have to remind myself sometimes, like, look, dude, why are you going to stoop to their level? You know what I mean? Why are you going to get on their level? And so I'm listening to her talk, right? And so I walk up to her and I said, look, now, I said, I'm just letting you guys know before you get comfortable that we're not allowing people into the water today. We had a situation out here, and she's like, oh yeah, I know, I heard about it. And, know-it-all motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Know-it-all motherfuckers, Oh, I heard about it on the news, and we'll do it. And she's talking about some shark shit. That had nothing to do with the fuck what I was talking about. But this motherfucker know every goddamn thing. You know what I mean? And so I'm just listening to her talk. And I said, no, ma'am, that's not it. That's not why we're not telling you to go in the water. That's a totally different beach. You know what I mean? That's not down here. It's a totally different situation. But we're just not allowing people into the water down here. And so she's like, oh, but you're letting him in the water. I said, no, ma'am. I said, I just finished having a conversation with him. He's emotionally disturbed. He's getting out of the water. And so now her face lit up. Oh, emotionally disturbed. Why you say that? And I'm a clinician, and this is what I do, and I can give you my business card and all this other shit. It's like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about your training. You know what I mean? And so she was like, do you mind if I talk to him? I was like, go ahead, right ahead, So she goes talk to this guy for all about 5 minutes, you know what I mean? And then she comes back telling me, he's not emotionally disturbed, he's not suicidal, he's not with it. And I said, I never told you he is suicidal. I never told you any of that stupid stuff. I told you he was emotionally disturbed. Well, what makes you say that he's not emotionally disturbed? I just talked to him. He don't like authority. And then she looked at me. She was like, he don't like authority figures telling him what to do and what he can't do and blah, 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 blah. I said, ma'am, I talk to this guy every week. You know what I mean? I talk to this guy every week, multiple times a week. I know more about him than you do, and you just had a 5-minute conversation with him, if that. And so she just looked at me. And so she's like, well, he's like the rest of us. He just don't like authority figures. And so sometimes, family, I'm having this conversation with you because sometimes you just got to let people talk. You know what I mean? People tell on themselves because they start talking. You know what I mean? And so I just stood there and I'm just listening to her talk. And now she's talking about he's just like us, and he has authority issues, and we have authority. And it's like, oh, now you're telling her so. And as she was talking, God was telling her, like, yeah, she had father issues, she had daddy issues. Not only did she have daddy issues, she was emotionally, she was disturbed. She was physically not disturbed. She was physically abused by men. She was emotionally abused by men. And so she has issues that she hasn't dealt with. And so my intuition, Holy Spirit, God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? This is what they're telling me about this lady. I feel energy. Stay with me. And so I'm picking all this up about this lady, right? And she's talking and she's telling on herself, right? And so I'm just sitting there, I'm standing there just listening to her talk. I said, okay, ma'am, thank you. I said, I got to go. And I walked away. Be the answer. Sometimes people think they know every fucking thing. And they're not looking for answers because they think they already have the answers. You know what I mean? And man, you just let them talk. And then once you get done or you tired of hearing them talk, just walk away. It ain't about you. Don't make it about you. You know what I mean? It ain't about you. It's their own fucking unresolved shit. Some people want help for their shit. Some people think they know every fucking thing and don't want help. You know what I mean? Because they think they already got it figured out. Like this clinician. You know what I mean? To each their own. You know what I mean? Be the answer. Don't engage in other people's bullshit. Don't get caught up in other people's drama. You know what I mean? It ain't a competition of who knows what. You know what I mean? Just do you. Be the answer. And what am I saying? If you're out pushing fucking religion, I don't give a fuck what that religion is. Man, you're not the fucking answer. You're not pushing the answer. If you're out pushing a fucking a political movement, a political agenda, you're not the fucking answer. You know what I mean? You are not the answer. You're not pushing the answer. You don't have the fucking answer. As long as you're thinking that politics or religion, and I don't give a fuck what that religion is. If you're pushing any religious belief, if you're pushing any political belief, you're not pushing the answer. And it's not about pushing the answer. It's about being the answer. And being the answer, it's a frequency. It's a frequency, okay? And so sometimes we have to learn to shut the fuck up and just let people talk. And let them tell on them fucking selves so that you can see, oh, this is the frequency they're on. They're not on the frequency of looking for the answer. They're not on the frequency of looking for help. They don't want help. And sometimes people are on a low vibration and they're crying out for help. They want help. They don't know how to seek help. They don't know how to ask for help. And so you have to learn how to be the answer. You have to learn how to be what they need. You know what I mean? The other day I was sitting on the train, right? And this elderly lady got on and it was crowded. And you could see in her face, she was just dog dead tired, right? And so as she got towards me, and again, the train was crowded, right? A lot of people standing up. And I beckoned to her. And she didn't speak English, right? But I beckoned to her and I told her she could have my seat, right? And just the sigh of relief that came on her face. You know what I mean? The smile that came over her face. And she came towards me and I got up and pushed people out the way because I had to so that she could sit down. You know what I mean? And then not 5 minutes later, I was able to get another seat. And again, it's crowded. More people getting on the train. And another lady gets on. She has a kid in a stroller and all this other stuff, right? And you could tell she just wore the hell out. And again, she didn't speak English. And I beckoned to her and told her she could have my seat. And just the smile and everything that came over her face, it's just like a sigh of relief. It's just like a weight off our shoulders. What? Just being the answer. You know what I mean? I don't have to give you anything. I don't have to, man, it's not about that shit, family. You know what I mean? We have to grow up. We have to understand that, man, we have to get connected to God, to source the Most High. You know what I mean? There's so many people talking about Jesus is the answer. You motherfucking religious people have been pushing Jesus since the beginning of time, cutting people's heads off because they wouldn't accept Jesus Christ. That's not the fucking answer. Grow the fuck up. Stop pushing your fucking Bible down people's throat. That's not the answer. The answer is a lifestyle. You could talk Bible, you could quote all the fucking scriptures you want and have all the hate and animosity in your fucking heart. Have all the racism in your fucking heart. Have all this arrogance and pride in your fucking heart and you not be the fucking answer. Grow the fuck up. Grow up. There's a whole lot of people in church. There's a whole lot of people pushing the Bible that's molesting people. There's a whole lot of people pushing the Bible that's pimping the fuck out of people and taking people's money and doing all this other stupid shit. Getting rich off the backs of the people. It ain't about Jesus. It ain't about the Bible. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers pushing the Bible. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers pushing Jesus and ain't living shit. Man, we have to grow up. We have to understand that, man, love is the answer. Love is the answer. And love have many faces. You know what I mean? Love has many faces. What is that saying? Man, it's going to be different for different people. The answer is going to be different for different people. The people's needs are different. And so, man, can you meet those needs? Can you meet those needs? Can you meet those needs? Without pushing fucking religion down their throats, without making them feel bad, without making them feel like they're being condemned to hell, without making them feel like they're being judged. Be the answer. Stop being the fucking problem. Stop being the problem. And if you're pushing religion, you're the fucking problem. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck how long you've been in church. If all you're doing is pushing a fucking religion, you're part of the problem. You're not connected to God. You're not connected to Source, the Most High, Yahweh, Universal, whatever. You're not that. You're part of the problem. Grow up. Man up. Woman up. Man, I hope and pray that something's been said. I love being out here. Man, I hope that something's been said that's inspired you, that's encouraged you, that's helped you. I'm about to take my shoes off, my socks off, and just walk on the beach and just get my feet wet a little bit. Man, because this is part of grounding. This is part of self-love. This is part of knowing thyself. You know what I mean? Knowing that, man, I need to be connected to the earth. I need to release some energy. I need to gain some more energy. You know what I mean? And man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? There's so much that can be said. You know what I mean? There's so much that can be said. We're connected to the earth. We're supposed to be connected to the earth. We are the earth. We are one with the earth. I'm one with the sand. We're one with the ocean. We're one with nature. Because all of this is God. We're God. And sometimes, for some people, you're going to be the only God that they experience. You're going to be the only Christ that they experience. You know what I mean? Be the answer. Stop being the problem. And again, stop pushing religion. It's not about pushing anything. It's not about pushing any agenda. It's simply being. Be love. Be love. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.